Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu's Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Welcome you all to Gita Daily English session. So today we'll be discussing from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 4. So let's begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham tesha vastitaha. I repeat. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham tesha vastitaha. Can someone please read the translation?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada
Jai Shri
teacher.
Prabhupada.
By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So let's discuss on this verse. We'll begin with the prayers. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Yes, thank you, Prabhu Smataji, for joining. So today we are discussing from 9th chapter, 4th verse. As the topic continues, this is about Krishna is the source of everything. So here, this particular verse, Lord Krishna says, I pervade this entire universe. So similar statement you can see in the 10th chapter, towards the end, where it begins it marks the beginning of the 11th chapter, the Virat Rupa. No? In the 10th chapter, towards the end, you will see 10.42. There also Lord says that I am spread throughout this universe, throughout this creation. I am spread. He says, Vishtabhyaham idam kritshnam. So athava bahunayitena kim nyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyaham idam kritshnam ekam shena sthito jagat. So if you see the 10th chapter, he himself says about his opulences or ashwaryas. His opulences, he mentions all wonderful opulences he mentions, and then he says, what to speak of everything? You don't need to know everything. It's unlimited glories of mine. He spoke a few important aspects, and then he said, there's no need to speak about everything. Just the main few points I have mentioned. Now, what to speak of so many wonderful things? With a small portion of myself, he says, with a small portion of myself, I maintain this entire universe. With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So he clearly declares that the entire creation, everything, he supports. He creates and he supports. He openly admits that or clarifies that doubt. So generally we have that doubt, okay, Lord Krishna, Vishnu is generally represented as this, Trimurtis. We see Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So we see the creator, destroyer and maintainer. So okay, Vishnu or Krishna is the maintainer, is not the creator when we think. We go through different scriptures, different Puranas. So if you see Devi, about Devi, or about Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, different Puranas are there which explains their glories. But never it is said that they are the supreme Lord. It explains their glories and it said they are in charge of creation to a certain extent. So it is like different levels of creations are there. We may sometimes get confused. Okay, Lord Brahma is the creator, then how come Vishnu or Krishna is said to be the original personality? So Brahma, whom we consider the creator, he himself states, the Brahma Samhita, multiple times he's saying, I repeatedly offer my obeisances, he says. So he says, this form of the Lord Krishna, is not visible to everyone or understandable by everyone. So he says, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yamshama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shyama Sundara Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love. So with love and devotion, only we can see that form of the Lord. So Lord himself says in the 11th chapter, I forgot the words. I think it is 54. One moment. 11:54. After showing the universal form, Arjuna is bewildered by seeing that. Initially, he was very pleasing to him. He liked that form, but slowly seeing that past, present, future, everything is there, then he's getting bewildered, he's getting scared, and then he asks, "Oh Lord, please show me your original form." There again, Lord shows his four-handed Vishnu form, Narayana form, then the actual two-handed form. There he says, "Bhaktya tvananyaya Shakhya aham evam vido Arjuna jnatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha parantapa." My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way you can enter into my mysteries, enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Lord Krishna says that. And only by the mercy of Krishna we can understand him. Only by the mercy of Krishna, his representative spiritual master, only the devotees and spiritual master, with their guidance and with their blessings, only we can try to understand. He says this is mystery. He says that this is the mystery that we have to understand. So it's by his mercy only we can even attempt to understand that. If we see in the multiple times in Srimad Bhagavatam about different devotees' prayers, we see the Brahma's prayers. If you see the second canto, towards the end, if you see there, Brahma's prayers come. Brahma goes to visit Lord Krishna, and then Lord Krishna says, "I am the one who triggered that word tapa within you. I instructed you to meditate. So you have to do that. You have to meditate, and you have to engage in creation activity. I have given you this responsibility, so you have to engage in that duty." So Brahma says, "Oh Lord, please explain me more about yourself." So there Lord says, if we see Bhagavad-gītā as this Chatusloki, 10th chapter, 8, 9, 10, 11 verses, which is the essence of Bhagavad-gītā. If we know these 4 verses clearly, if we not just reading but understanding, if we have that proper understanding, then it is equivalent to understanding the entire Bhagavad-gītā. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam, we have the Chatusloki. So that comes from 2nd canto, 9th chapter, 33, 34, 35, 36 verses are there. So just before that, just before saying that verses, the discussion between Lord Krishna, Narayana and Brahmaji is going on. So Brahma prays, "Oh Lord, please tell me what to do. How may I please you? So please tell me about yourself," he says. So he says in the 32nd verse, "All of me, namely my actual eternal form and my transcendental existence, color, qualities, and activities, let all be awakened within you by factual realization out of my causeless mercy." That point, his mercy, that is very much required there. So that mercy, with that mercy only we can understand Krishna as he is. So it's a mystery, he himself says. Now, he is the source of everything. If you see in the Bhagavad-gītā also, the Chatusloki which I mentioned, and Srimad Bhagavatam also Chatusloki which I said, and that we can clearly see that 2.9, Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.33 to 36, we see that. So he says to Brahma, "It is I, the personality of Godhead, who was existing before the creation, when there was nothing but myself, nor was there the material nature, the cause of this creation. That which you see now is also I, the personality of Godhead. And after annihilation, what remains will also be I, the personality of Godhead." So he says about himself. And he says, "Oh Brahma, whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears to be in darkness. Oh Brahma, please know that the universal elements enter into the cosmos and at the same time do not enter into the cosmos. Similarly, I myself also exist within everything created, and at the same time, I am outside of everything." Last, a person who is searching after the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, must certainly search for it up to this, in all circumstances, in all space and time, and both directly and indirectly. So he clearly says he is the source of everything. Before the creation, after the annihilation, everywhere, every time, he is only present. He is the source of everything, he says. And in Brahma Samhita, initial verse itself, we can see Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. The creator, whom we consider to be Brahma, he himself says that there is somebody superior to me who is my creator. He is the source of everything. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He says that. He says, Lord Krishna is the creator of everything. He is the supreme personality of Godhead from whom everything comes. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. Similarly, in the multiple places in the scriptures, we see that in the other scriptures also we find, but we'll stick to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita itself, Arjuna, and he's saying about Lord Krishna in the 10th chapter, which is, I think, 12th verse, I believe. One moment. 10 point. Yes, Arjuna says in the 12th and 13th verse, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahus Tvam Rishayah Sarve Devarshir Naradas Tatha Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravishimi. He says, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. So the great Vaishnava, great devotee Arjuna is declaring or confirming this fact that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, which is already confirmed by Brahma. And now Arjuna is saying, it is not only me who is saying this or stating this. The great sages like Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa, they all have confirmed this fact. So in the purport, if you read, Srila Prabhupada quotes about Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, verse 1.2.234, which says, Atha Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahimindriyahi sevon mukhehi jivvadau swayam eva spuratyadaha. Lord Sri Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc. cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service under the proper guidance is he revealed. So in the 7th chapter we see, 7th and 10th chapter we see different opulences of the Lord. In that connection we see Lord says he is the smell, no, is the fragrance, is the fragrance or aroma of the earth, or taste in water. Different examples, different things he mentions to understand him, from daily morning waking up time to sleeping time, whatever we see, whatever we feel, whatever we can think of, how to connect all that with Krishna. He says in the 7th chapter and 10th chapter we see about different Aishwaryas or different opulences of the Lord. So there one particular point he mentions that everything is Sutre Gana Mani Iva, which is that verse 7 point, I think, one moment, let me just, 7.7. Matha Parataram Nanyat Kinchid Asti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Proktam Sutre Mani Gana Iva. So, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions that Lord says, everything in me, everything is in me, but I am not in everything. So he says that we may get confused why Lord is saying everything comes from him, everything is within him, and everything is without him. How is that possible? How is that, how to understand that? So we have to understand that the crude example is given here like a king. So the king or the government, their rules are properly established everywhere. So according to that only everything happens. Everything takes place by the proper rules and proper orders given by the king or the government, by the laws. By the laws, we abide by the law, whatever is there, the state or the country. We abide by the laws governed by the king or the ruler or the government. But we cannot expect them to be physically present in each department. They have handed over, they have given each department to different heads. Different people are taking care of different departments, but we cannot expect them or the person, the king or the government or the king, to be the CM or the PM, to be personally present for each and every matter. So they have handed over that responsibility to different in charges or different department heads. So we have to understand. Similarly, Lord Krishna has given that different departments, different roles and responsibilities to different people. But he is ultimately the controller of everything. Like it is said about, he says, everything rests upon me. Everything rests upon Lord Krishna, like pearls are strung upon a thread. So we see a nice necklace or a nice thing with pearls. So pearl necklace we see it's how beautifully it is like stuck together. So many pearls. It appears like stuck together, but the thread behind it or inside it we fail to see. The Lord says that I am like that thread which supports everything. So by his energy, by his presence, everything is running, everything is taking place by his own will. By his arrangement, everything is taking place. But we fail to notice that he has put everything into action, everything he has given life and everything he has set into action. But we sometimes fail to see him because we cannot see him with our this physical eyes, which is filled with darkness or ignorance. We cannot see this, see the Lord. So Lord says that if you see the Bhagavad Gita, initially itself it said about Divya Chakshu, the divine vision. So we need that divine vision. That divine vision we get by the mercy of our spiritual master, and we get through this Shastra Chakshu. So with this vision through the scriptures. So we have to see through the scriptures, that is hearing, reading. So when that goes, we get that knowledge. With that knowledge, by the mercy of Lord and by the mercy of devotees, we can actually see Lord Krishna. We can actually feel the presence of him. Otherwise, it is just like we are enjoying this material world. We are enjoying this beautiful creation, but we are forgetting the creator. So the creator, Lord Krishna, is behind everything. So if we see, for example, how to understand the different scriptures are there. If we go through all the scriptures, we may get confused. Some different Puranas are there where one place about Devi, it may be mentioned. One place about Shiva, Lord Shiva, it may be mentioned. One place about Brahma, it may be mentioned. They are the creator. He or she is the creator. It is mentioned. But never it is mentioned that he is a supreme, he or she is a supreme. But different Puranas, different Upanishads, different places we see different people being glorified, but it is never said that they are the ultimate. So the Lord Krishna is the ultimate. So if we see Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, they themselves confirm this fact. Lord Brahma is keep on meditating on Lord Krishna or Vishnu. Lord Shiva is also meditating and he's chanting the names of Lord Rama. So he keeps praying, he keeps chanting, he keeps meditating. So we have a lot many scriptures, lot many shastras. We have different Vedas, Puranas, Upanishad, Idihasa, so many things we have. So if we have time, well and good, we can go through all these scriptures, everything, and come to the final conclusion. Or we can directly accept that final conclusion, which Lord himself declares in Bhagavad Gita 15.15. Vedesha sarver ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda vid eva chaham. He himself declares, and if we are not accepting that, then another option is a long process that we go through all the scriptures and come to that conclusion. Or the easiest approach where Lord Krishna himself declares, or an intelligent approach would be that we go to a person who has done this experiment or exercise of going through all the scriptures. So Lord Shiva, as recently we saw Shivaratri going, so in that way, hearing more glories of Lord Shiva. So Vaishnavanam Yathasambhu, the greatest of the devotees. So Lord Shiva went through all this Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, Itihasas, everything, and he instructs us that it is up to us that we directly accept it, or we go through, it is required to gain the real knowledge. He says it is required to gain the real knowledge, that one has to go through all the scriptures, all the Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, Itihasas, everything. Vicharanaika punaya puna. And not just reading, but you contemplate on that subject matter again and again. Read, understand. So discuss on that, understand. So it is said, Vicharanika puna puna, and contemplate on that subject matter repeatedly. And then finally you can arrive at that conclusion that Narayana or Lord Krishna or Vishnu is the ultimate. So Lord Shiva declares that. So he's declaring that I have gone through everything. So I come to the point that Lord Krishna or Vishnu or Narayana, he's the ultimate. He's the source of everything. He's the creator. He's the ultimate creator. So he mentions that he prays to Lord Krishna that way. And Brahmaji, the ultimate creator, we see, he also prays or meditates upon the Lord, and he says in the Brahma Samhita repeatedly about Lord Govinda, is glorifying Lord Govinda. So it's up to us that we choose the intelligent approach with less labor, or we take a little long labor process, that we go through all the scriptures and come to the conclusion, or directly accept the conclusion which is declared by Lord Krishna, or here the Brahma or Arjuna's declaring that as a devotee, they are declaring that, or Lord Shiva is declaring that. So we conclude, we come to the understanding that great authorities. So if we see great authorities, the list, Ajamilla's pastime, Ajamilla's story, if you see, in that Ajamilla, at the end moment when he cried out Narayana name, so Vishnudutas, Yamadutas were already there, and then Vishnudutas come and they get into fight. Yamaraja, then this Yamadutas go to Yamaraja and ask, we thought you are the ultimate, you are the supreme, but you are not the supreme. They say Vishnu is the supreme. Who is your master? Who are you? What are we to do? You told us do this thing, do that. Then Yamaraj instructs them, whoever is a devotee who is wearing tilaka or who is wearing kantimala, don't touch them, don't go near them, who is chanting the names of the Lord, just be away from devotees, he mentions that. And then he says about 12 Mahajanas. And the 12 Mahajanas list, he says 11 people, and at the end he says Aham, or me also. So the 11 list and then the 12th person. So he mentions about the 12 Mahajanas, so we see in the scriptures. So all these 12 Mahajanas, if you see their life and their teachings, they explain about the Lord. They are completely surrendered unto the Lord, and they are doing their duties or responsibilities as assigned by the Lord to them. So these 12 Mahajanas also confirm this fact. All the great devotees, all the acharyas, they confirm this fact that Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is the seed-giving father, he himself says. But somehow we have come to this material world, and when getting bound by the three modes of material nature, so in that we consider ourselves to be the doer. So two things, one is the desire and one is the envy. So because of these two things, desire to lord it over the material nature, and envy, we are envious of the Lord himself, that why everyone is serving him. Because of these two things, we have come away from him, that everyone is serving him, if we are feeling jealous, and desire to be served. So because of these two things, we have come away from him. So we have to clear these two things. So if for clearing these two things, it is not just we hear, we just gain the knowledge. That knowledge what we are getting, we have to practically apply it, all the science and the applied science. So that applied science come by performing devotional service. In the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj, if you see, he has explained so many wonderful things. And main thing, if you see, he says about the Navavidha Bhakti, and then he says Kriyata Bhagavati Adha. He says this is the outtamam, this is the ultimate, this is the best, that creator, the create. So you have to do it. It is not just okay, knowing Krishna to be the ultimate. Okay, I know it, and just let it be. So if you have to know more, if you have to come to that conclusion, then we have to dive deep into the devotional service, into bhakti. We have to dive deep. It is not just we are at the beach, we are sitting and seeing the boat passing by, or boat or ship passing by in the ocean or sea or river, the boat or ship is passing by. We have to dive deep into that, the nectar of this bhakti. So when we dive deeper, then we'll understand more, and then we'll be able to conclude ourselves. So Lord clearly states in the Chatusloki Bhagavad-gītā, Bhagavatam, everywhere he says, and his devotees have confirmed this fact, he is the source. So in the 10th Chatusloki Bhagavad-gītā, the 10.8, 9, 10, 11 verse, he says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, everything comes from me, material or spiritual, everything comes from me, I am the source of everything. And the devotees who know this, so as rightly all the devotees are joined here. We are hearing about him, discussing about him, chanting his glories, speaking about him. So in that way, we are connected, and we feel we get the pleasure by talking or discussing about him. So that is said in 10.9 and 10:11 verse, we see. And that he says that whatever understanding is there, or whatever knowledge is required, that he provides. So, but we have to have that mindset to not just sit and relax that he will give all the knowledge or understand. We have to try. We have to try to gain that knowledge. So this Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, so it gives us that knowledge. It gives us the opportunity to remind ourselves daily, remind ourselves whenever we are reading it, it gives us the opportunity, it reminds us repeatedly over and over again that we are not this body, we are the spirit soul, and our actual dharma or purpose is to be engaged in the service of the Lord. So he declares it multiple times that he is the source of everything, but he doesn't force us. So he has given us that free will. He gives us all the required knowledge and everything, but he doesn't force us that you come and serve me. But he leaves it to our free will, that how we use it. And he wants that love and affection from all of us, that we serve him voluntarily. It's not by pressure. So if it has to be done, then he would have given us a lot of punishment. He would have did that, did this, and then he would have he could have forced us to love him. But he wants that love, spontaneous love he wants from us. So he has given us this opportunity to come here, struggle in this material world, and then understand that something is missing. Okay, what is missing? We are missing Lord Krishna, so we have to connect back to him. So that opportunity we have got. So we have to utilize that. Come in association of devotees, all of you are joining. We are inspiring each other to continue on the process. So thank you, Prabhu Mataji, for daily joining and keeping up the appointment with Lord Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So please unmute. All of you will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times for the welfare of all assembled devotees.